brick. It's slow going in many areas.
We've been here for a week, so it's a week. Yeah, it's a week, so could take a couple more weeks just to do this section here. The other section's worse off than this section, so.
While workers and machinery dot every corner, there's much that's already been fixed. Streets blocked by tangles of trees, now passable. The residents of this trailer park made short work of the roof that blew into the middle of their community.
We're gathering it up, the wood. He said, take it out because I got to pay to get it moved anyhow. You can take it. He said, take anything you want.
Oh, yeah. So they did. Neighbors cleaned up every 2x4. This is all that remains. Left in a mess by the storm, this patio restaurant was rebuilt in a matter of days. The nearby wharf will have to wait. Each project prioritized according to safety, necessity, and cost. Many boats were tossed ashore during the storm. Calmer waters have allowed sailors to claim their vessels, but some still remain where Juan left them. Members of the Charlottetown Yacht Club banded together to clean up much of the damage. This week, their efforts are obvious, and plenty of lessons have been learned.
In this mode, it's hard to know exactly the way things should or could be done, but afterward, it's always nice to review and say, next time we'll do it this way.
Mayor Kelly says he's pleased with the way in which cleanup is progressing, but he says there could be more emphasis placed on communications in future situations like Juan. The storm has definitely been a learning experience for everyone. And Star, as you can see, the process here wasn't immediate, but the cleanup process is working. The mayor says something he would like to work on more, as he mentioned, was communications, and he says they are all going to get together in the near future, sit down and discuss what could have worked better, what did work well, and make notes for next time.
So Liz, what does he say did work well this time around?
Well, something he's mentioned and others have mentioned in passing, the amount of work the communities did on their own, getting together, getting rid of debris, pulling trees down where it was safe. Just the amount of community effort has made a great dent in the amount of work that's remaining.
Thanks very much for that, Liz, and we'll let you go before you're drowned out by the sound we're all very familiar with, those power saws.
I have some work to do, Star. I'll see you later.
Okay. With more on this, here's Paul.
Thank you, Star. Thousands of urban trees were damaged and destroyed because of Hurricane Juan. Now there's some debate over whether municipal tree planting strategies were sufficient enough to protect them. In Truro, for example, officials have little doubt their management plan saved money and property and perhaps even lives. And Dan McIntosh has more in this story.
And they trimmed some of these trees, those big trees. There were some.
Guy Roy points to some of the pruning work he had done to his elm trees last year by the Truro Tree Commission. He's sure it saved him from major property damage.
But I'm positive those trees would have came down. A lot of trees on this street came down, and if it hadn't been for the trimming, yeah, I'm sure those old things would be gone.
Roy only needs to look a few doors down the street to see what might have happened, or he could look to Halifax, where thousands of trees ripped through homes and power lines, tearing up sidewalks and destroying property. Some tree experts in Metro say poor tree management contributed to heavy losses there. The chairman of Truro's Tree Committee believes their program helped to keep the damage in check.
Every year through our urban forest management program, we've been removing probably on average 100 to 300 trees, large trees, every year, and we've been pruning 100 to 200 trees per year.
In many cases, the leaves on tall stately trees acted like sails, with the winds ripping the roots out of the ground. But thanks to Truro's tree program, hundreds of infected Dutch elm trees were gone long before Juan struck.
Had those trees not been removed, and we still had a lot of large, dead, dying, and decaying trees next to our streets, I think you could probably anticipate the level of damage would have been far greater. And, maybe there would have been some deaths or fatalities involved. We were lucky that no one was hurt.
Another part of the Truro Tree Program that's been both successful and popular are the 40 or so tree sculptures that are around town. So far, it appears none of them suffered any damage from the hurricane. In Truro, Dan McIntosh, ATV News.
And we're glad for that. Now, we also wanted to see if Nova Scotia Power made the grade.
Now, to find out what the average person thinks, we took to the streets today with our cameras to let customers have the final word on the job that's being done.
Hey, I guess until everybody's power's up, then we'll see how long it took to get everybody up and going.
And it looked really terrible on TV, and I got here on Friday, and to me, the city looks like it's recuperating really well.
Great. I think they're doing a good job.
No complaints?
None?
We have our power. We got it on Friday night. I think they're doing a pretty good job. I mean, it was a lot of, a lot of trees, a lot of lines down. So I think they're probably doing pretty good for what they're put up with. Okay,
I'm sure they're doing the best they probably can, but
I think it sucks, seriously, because Mommy still got no power.
I didn't have that much problem with power. My couple of blocks seemed to be all right. I was out without power for a couple of days.
some of my family still in the Eastern Shore still don't have power. But it'll be soon. You know, they do what they can, I guess. You know.
They did really well. I was really impressed. They got it on as quick as they could.
Well, I think for all the damage that was done and the people that were out, I mean, I think they did a terrific job.
Well, I cannot really complain. I got my power back after 2 days, and I think they do a great job. But I guess some people are probably a little upset right now.
I think they're doing a great job. They got my power on fairly early. I know other people are without power, but I think everybody has to be patient. They're doing the best they can in light of what happened last week.
We didn't get our power back until Friday at 10 to 5, so we were like 5 days without power. It wasn't great, but I think the people did the best job they could.
So with the exception of that one young woman who was obviously not happy, it seems most people are pleased, or perhaps better said patient, with the work being done by Nova Scotia Power over the past 7 or 8 days.
Yet some Maritimers say they think NSP could have kept them better informed.
Yeah, a lot of frustrated people out there over the weekend, some nerves starting to get frayed. Understandable, of course.
As time goes on.